Good afternoon. I'd like to call the special meeting to order. Would everyone please rise for the prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance?
Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you this afternoon grateful for the opportunity to self-reflect and focus on the dedication and good works of our entire school system staff, and for the opportunity to grow our district in a team effort. We thank you for our new friends who have helped us validate our work and given us a pathway for future efforts, and we ask that you grant each of them safe travels home. These things we pray in your name. Amen.
Mr. England, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Ms. Voce.
Dr. Kraft?
Here.
Mr. Egan?
Here.
Mr. England?
Here.
Mrs. Dysart?
Here.
Mrs. Lemoyne?
Here.
Mr. Long?
Here.
And Mr. Warner?
Here.
Thank you, Ms. Voce. Okay, the first and only item on the agenda today is Advanced Ed Exit Report. Ms. Voce?
Okay. We would again like to, welcome our Advanced Ed Accreditation team who have been with us for the last 3 days to talk with our staff and our students and members of our community, and to talk about the good works that we all do within this school district for the teaching and learning of our children. So with us this afternoon, I would like to welcome Mrs. Virginia Massey, who is the lead evaluator, and ask her if she would please come up to the podium and she could possibly introduce her team members.
I will do that. Thank you. I would like to thank my team members who came. We have 3 team members from Louisiana.
Excuse me, could you come to the podium?
Sure, I'm sorry.
Okay, and then you can.
Thank you very much.
3 team members from Louisiana. We have Terry Johnson, who is the associate lead, Sam Bueller, and Amy DiCarlo. And from Georgia, we have Joy Davis. From Florida, Tracy Kendrick, and myself. So the team is made up of in and out-of-state people. In-state people, we depend on a great deal to clarify acronyms and state regulations that those of us coming from outside may not be familiar with your state. So we're pleased to be here. I'd like to move directly into the exit report.
Yeah.
This is a preliminary report. In about a month, there will be, oops, that's good. In about a month, your superintendent will receive a detailed final report. And at that time, she will share that information with the board and the community as she deems fit. But this is a preliminary report of the committee's finding during our 3-day visit. As most of you are aware, Advanced Ed is a global leader in providing continuous improvement and accreditation services to over 32,000 institutions and more than 20 million students worldwide. It has an international protocol for institutions that are committed to systematic and sustainable improvement. It builds the capacity of the system and its schools to increase and sustain student learning, and stimulates and improves effectiveness and efficacy throughout the system. The external review is a diagnostic process to stimulate and guide continuous improvement, and it focuses on 3 areas. Impact of teaching and learning, which you are probably more familiar with as Standard 3 and 5. The capacity for leadership, which relates primarily to Standard 1 and 2, and the use of resources, which ties directly to Standard 4. The external review includes the professional judgment by the External Review Committee, which results in powerful practices that we identified during our visit, opportunities for improvement and improvement priorities, an index of education quality, and a recommendation for accreditation. During our time, we had an opportunity to interview 155 folks within your district. We enjoyed the interviews that we had, and we actually talked to a lot more people, but it was not in an interview setting. So these are people who participated in the interview process. Looking at the first domain of teaching and learning impact, the external review team examines student performance results, instructional quality, learner and family engagement, support services for student learning, curriculum quality and efficacy, and college career and readiness data. As a result of looking in that area, we are recommending in our report that you refine, support, and evaluate a formal structure that ensures all students at all levels of the school system have an adult advocate to support students' learning needs, thinking skills, and life skills. That specifically ties to Standard 3.9, and we found when we were in your schools that you have a lot of things going on where you do have adults advocating for children. There's no question of that. What this standard indicator addresses is a systematic support to guarantee that all children are included. So we're recommending that you look at that process. Also, integrate and evaluate district-wide structures to ensure that all instructional staff throughout the system implement strategies for digital tools, technology, designed to engage all students in purposeful and authentic learning. You have a lot of digital technology in your classrooms. What we did not see when we did our classroom observations, and we visited 73 classrooms, was an in-depth across the district student usage of digital materials in the learning process. So we're recommending that you look at that as a district. The team identified communications about student learning and school performance and the achievement of system and school improvement goals to the stakeholders and community relations in St. Bernard Parish School District as exceptional. This is definitely a powerful practice. You all have, in fact, your district identified it as a challenge, but you have, based on our findings, excellent communication. You keep your parents informed. The report will list numerous avenues through which you communicate with parents and make sure that they have information about their children. Parents supported this as well as other folks that we interviewed. So this we found to be a strength within St. Bernard. The Elliott Classroom Observation looks at learning environments. It is not a teacher observation tool. It is an instrument whereby we observe classes for a snippet of time, a minimum of 20 minutes, and we look at 7 learning environments, and they're listed here for you. In the first column, where it says external review, those are the scores, the average score for each of those learning environments for St. Bernard Parish School District. All of those, first 6, exceed the scores listed in the second column. The second column is the advanced ed average for all school districts who were visited during the past year and the observations that were done in those school districts. So as you can see, in each of those areas, equitable learning, high expectations, supportive learning, active learning, progress monitoring and feedback, well-managed learning, you as a district, based on the observations conducted by this team, exceed the advanced ed average of other districts visited. In the 7th area, you're slightly below that, and that is in the area of digital learning environment. And that is not based on the infrastructure or the number of digital equipment and materials available. It's based upon student usage and what we saw during that 20-minute period. The next area is leadership capacity. We examined the institutional purpose and direction, the governance and leadership effectiveness, stakeholder engagement, improvement capacity, and results. The St. Bernard Parish School Board is a highly functioning and effective governing body which is implemented and adheres to government's policies that clearly identify the roles and responsibilities of board members and administrators in support of the district's mission and vision. The report will be much more extensive in its explanation of this powerful practice because, yes, the board sets the pace, but you also have a highly effective superintendent, administrative staff both at the district and school level, and we found that you have many developing teacher leaders within your school system. And all of these are possible because the board has set policies that create an environment allowing this to happen. So you should be very proud of this. In resource utilization, we examined allocation and use of resources, equity of resource distribution to need, level and sustainability of resources, long-range capital, and resource planning effectiveness. The school system has a highly effective process of strategic planning, which drives programs and ensures the system has the necessary human resources and first-rate access and support for informational resources that support the long-term needs of the school district. Basically, this ties very closely with the information from the powerful practice just discussed. You have a very effective strategic plan. You allocate your resources very well. I don't think, in fact, I know I have never visited a district that had the solid financial record and history that you all have. And all of those in the financial area are aimed at supporting the vision and mission of this district, which is a key to the success. So this will be a powerful practice, and again, there will be much more information and explanation. We found your buildings to be very, very clean, very safe. We would be happy to work in any of those buildings. So congratulations on that. In conclusion, each of your schools, as they completed their self-study, their self-assessment, and they inputted their information into the Advanced Ed Network, they received an Index of Education Quality, an IEQ score. And that basically reflects the impact of teaching and learning on student performance, the capacity of leadership to guide and ensure effectiveness in carrying out the strategic direction of the institution, the utilization of resources to meet diverse needs in students and institutions, the use as a tool for formative analysis and continuous improvement, and a connection for the conditions, processes, and practices to evidence including student performance. Your district did not have an IEQ score when they input the materials that following their self-assessment. The district IEQ score was generated by the scoring that each of the team members did after we completed our visit in your district. So this is a reflection of the district IEQ score, and it's based on a scale of 1 to 400. If you look at the first column, it says the external review IEQ score. That is for your district. The overall score for St. Bernard Parish is 330.08, as compared to the Advanced Ed Network average for all districts visited over the last year, which was 278.03. In teaching and learning, St. Bernard Parish has a score of 313.49. The A&E network score was 267.91. Leadership capacity, St. Bernard Parish, 344.44. The AEN, 292.76. And resource utilization, St. Bernard Parish, 352.08, and the AEN, 284.48. You should be very pleased with this score. It reflects that you are a growing and improving district. And this is a very, very respectable score. The IEQ score result indicates that the institution is performing at acceptable ranges as compared to expected criteria, as well as other institutions within the Advanced Ed network. The external review team recommends that the Advanced Ed Accreditation Commission that St. Bernard Parish School System earn the distinction of district accreditation by Advanced Ed. For continuous improvement, there will be 2 improvement priorities listed, which I have discussed with your superintendent, and we will give more information in the written report. Those must be addressed over the next 2 years with Advanced Ed. You are not beginning the journey of improvement. You are well into the journey of improvement. The steps that you all as a district have taken to implement the PLCs, to have class leaders, team leaders at your school site, the various innovative practices that you all have put into the classes, they're already showing results. And we believe that as those continue and mature, this district will only get better. You have deliberate and strategic actions to ensure that every child, every day, is being prepared and achieving success for their future. And this team saw a lot of evidence to support that. We really appreciate your hospitality. Everyone has been so gracious. People were so open with us in answering questions and providing information to us. And it made our job easy. You did a very thorough job with your self-assessment. All of the schools I know worked really hard on theirs, and the district. And when districts and schools put that much effort into the preparation part, it makes our job so easy, because a big portion of our job is validating what you have already done. We respect the efforts that you all are making as a district. It's phenomenal what you have done and what you have planned to lead these students into success and to have them believe in themselves and the fact that they can be successful. So congratulations to your system. We know that Advanced Ed is not something new for you, and district accreditation is not new for you. But you have worked very hard to prepare for our visit, and you work hard on a daily basis to make sure that your students' needs are met. And we were very excited to see the things that are going on in this district and wish you continued success. As you create a world of opportunities for every learner, we know that they will be successful because of the work that you do. Thank you very much.
We would like to thank Ms. Massey and her team, and more so to thank all of our teachers, our administrators, our parents, and board members and members of the community. It's just a wonderful validation of the work that each and every one of us is doing out there every day for the children of St. Bernard Parish. I think it is quite a validation of the excellent work and effort that each individual is doing. I'm so happy to see most of our administrative staff and principals and assistant principals sitting out there, and you should all be very proud of the work that is occurring in our schools, and the members of our community also to be very proud of our students and our school system. So we want to thank you and
Thank you.
offer and hope that you do have a very safe trip home, especially those of you who have to, I know, get out to the airport to catch your flights. But thank you again. Diana?
Thank you, Ms. Foche. And on behalf of each of the members of the board, we'd like to also thank the committee. We appreciate the validation of our hardworking, dedicated administration and teachers and support personnel and of our students. And a special thanks goes out to Ms. Foche and Ms. Larson, who headed the team. And we appreciate all that each and every one of you do for the students of St. Bernard Parish. And it was a pleasure meeting each of you on the team. And again, we wish you safe travels, and we thank you. And thanks everybody for your continued work throughout the year. So thank y'all very much. Anyone else? Okay.
And I just want to also just say a special thank you to Bev Larson, our assistant superintendent, who spearheaded this effort. So I know that all of our principals worked very hard on their school reports, they and their staffs, and that the people here in this building did. But Bev went the extra mile and did an excellent job in spearheading this entire effort. So I just want to make sure that everyone realizes that. Okay.
And she can't retire. We're trying, Bev. Anyone else?
Okay.
Dr. Kraft.
Well, I think congratulations goes out to everyone within the school system. It took a team effort, and you looked forward, and you did the things that need to be done that you ordinarily do on a daily basis. And this was events by the team, the accreditation team that came in, and they were very focused. They had pointed questions, and we appreciated the questions that they gave to the board. That proved that they were listening and paying attention, and that's important. Thank you, accreditation board.
Okay.
Okay, there being no further discussion, is there a motion to adjourn? Motion by Dr. Kraft, second by Mr. Egan. All in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. The meeting's now adjourned. Thank you and good evening.